health is real. Seek help. End the stigma. On the news this evening, youth leader blames reduced security for recent killings in Awuda East. Police arrest 3 alleged notorious kidnap suspects in Rivers State. President Tinubu sacks 5 ministers, nominates 7 new ministers. On the foreign scene, several dead, injured after attack on Turkish aviation agency. I am Kalada Kurubatabo. We will first go for a commercial break. When we come back, the news in detail. A youth leader in Awuda, Hector Ikiakita, has linked the recent killings in Awuda East to the reduction in security presence following the death of the Divisional Police Officer of Awuda East, SP Bakwang Bashim. Mr. Ikiakita, who is also the Public Relations Officer at Igbo Akko Youth Congress, said since security forces have reduced, criminal groups have resurfaced, threatening and extorting money from the community. He called on the Commissioner of Police to urgently deploy more mobile police officers to the area to restore security.
I just noticed that because the security have decided to lie low after the death of Bako, and these people have come up again after the transfer of CP Disu. So we are calling on the new CP, we are calling on the area commander and the DPO, and all the security agencies within this area or locality to put up more effort. And we are also pleading on the CP to help in the deploying of more MOPOL in our Ahoda area command so that to enable them tackle this crime.
Mr. Ikiakita also urged the political elites allegedly sponsoring these cult groups to stop fueling the violence and instability in the region.
And we are calling on the Mr. President and other security agencies to help in tackling this issue of insecurity in Ekpe. Injury to one is injury to all. It is high time we put a stop to court activities. And we are also pleading on our political elites in Ekpe who are sponsors of this use, who are sponsors of these court groups, who aid them in one way or the other.
On his part, Oseja Obume, a relative of one of the victims of the recent killings, recounted how his 29-year-old younger brother, Chimele Oseja, was killed in the attacks.
Another my brother called on phone that my younger brother was gunned down, so we quickly rushed down to my victor. And when I got to my community, I saw him with a bullet wound at the leg. He went to Monren to lost the mom. So he attended the burial program. So when he noticed that they are gone and tried to run away from the scene, at that point he ran into their hands. I want to call on the state government to assist us. The people have suffered so much towards the security issue. We need a stop to it.
Also, the President General of Arashi National Congress, Emeni Ibe, is calling on the Rivers State government and security agencies to immediately put in measures to curb the killings as hoodlums plan to retaliate.
I want to condemn unequivocally and appeal for government intervention and call on security agencies to intervene in situations as have uncovered plan by some persons to enrich more retaliation and other things are going on. I am abusing this medium to appeal to the Commissioner of Police, the Executive Governor of Rivers State to come to the aid and the pride of the people of Ahoda East. The area require emergency security measure. The situation cannot be allowed to continue.
Meanwhile, 3 notorious kidnappers have been arrested by the police for kidnapping some passengers along Port Harcourt-Owerri Road. The River State Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Mustafa, at a media briefing at the command headquarters, named the suspects as Blessing Akpelu, Precious Ebe, and Wisdom Otu Amadi. Mustafa also said suspects have been on police arrest after they abducted the National Youth School and 2 others along the Elile-Owerri Expressway. He said an investigation on to arrest members of the gang.
The second operation took place shortly afterwards as a suspected criminal in the Anaka waterfront area of the where a Toyota Uzima belonging to one Usama Oku from the education job was recovered.
CPM also said it octopus of command recovered
about the robbery and gave hot chase of the armed robbers, and the suspect was at
the police. Edegbeto Kun says the police force has zero tolerance for corruption. He spoke through Assistant Inspector General of Police overseeing Zone 16 Bayelsa and River States, Ainde Amzad, during the inauguration of the Police Complaint Response Unit at the River State Command Headquarters in Port Harcourt.
IG has said it, and we are echoing it, that there's zero tolerance for extortion, there's zero tolerance for corruption. No organization, no institution deals with their own when there's a misconduct like the police. But there are some lacuna, and it is that lacuna that the CRU has come to give us. There's no misconduct reported to the police authority that actions are not taken. I stand bold to say this and let everyone who knows to the contrary contradict this. The CRU also give that protection because people fear to give information to the police.
The River State Commissioner of Police, Mohammed Mustafa, also spoke.
The facility we are commissioned today was jointly funded and equipped by the United Nations Police, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, and the International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Affairs, serve as a beacon of hope and a testament to our dedication to serving and protecting our citizens with integrity. As we move forward, let us continue to work together, fostering an environment where trust, accountability, and collaboration are the cornerstones of our relationship.
Correspondent Emeka Otuka reports that the River State Police Command Complaints Response Unit was built in collaboration with the United States Diplomatic Mission in Nigeria, Bureau of International Narcotics and Law Enforcement, and the United Nations Peace Building Fund. Moving on. The much-awaited cabinet reshuffle of President Bola Tinubu began today with the sacking of 5 ministers and the nomination of 7 new ones for Senate confirmation. The president sacked Uju Ken Ohaneye as Minister of Women Affairs, Lola Adejon as Minister of Tourism, Taher Maman as Minister of Education, Abdullahi Gwazo as Minister of State, Housing and Urban Development, and Jamila Ibrahim as Minister of Youth Development. Bianca Odumegu Ojukwu was nominated as the Minister of State Foreign Affairs, while Nentawe Yilwatda as the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Reduction, officially bringing an end to the tenure of suspended Betta Edu. The President and the Federal Executive Council also scrapped the Niger Delta Ministry and the Ministry of Sports Development. There will now be a Ministry of Regional Development to oversee all the regional development commissions. The National Sports Commission will take over the role of the Ministry of Sports. The FEC also approved the merger of the Ministry of Tourism with the Ministry of Culture and Creative Economy. We'll go for another commercial, but still to come, RISEC blames bank issues for payment delays to ad hoc staff. Do stay tuned. Thank you for staying tuned. Welcome back now to the rest of the newscast. The Commissioner for Public Affairs and Civic Education of the Rivers State Electric Commission, RESEC, Terminal Tonye Prophet Tobin, has refuted claims that the Commission is unwilling to pay the ad hoc staff who participated in the 5th October local government elections. Mr. Prophet Tobins made this known to correspondent Ibi Ruwari while reacting to claims by some ad hoc staff that the Commission is yet to pay them their allowances. He attributed the payment delay to current bank transactions difficulties.
All the ad hoc staff just exercise some little patience. As you may be aware, lately there are some banks that are having some issues with upgrade and all the rest. And then the payment has process. We are trying to round up all the processes. Sooner than later, they will be paid the money. Of course, RESEC is a very, very responsible commission, and she cannot do anything that is outside the law. A laborer is worthy of his work. So every ad hoc staff that will be paid accordingly.
Moving on. Businesses around the Rumakuta flyover roundabout were closed after an oil tanker fell this morning while trying to navigate a town. The area was cordoned off by the Federal Road Safety Corps. The police and Federal Fire Service were also on ground to ensure the security of lives and properties. Some traders spoke to our correspondent.
Well, the thing they affect me because the thing happened around 2:08. So as it happened, everybody on the run. Me, I lock my shop. I don't stop already. I can't lock my shop. See that I reach now. I don't see any massive.
By the time no business is going on, everybody is hungry, alcohol everywhere, everybody is dry.
We are doing POS here. But only way you're affecting is distract the movement around the area. As people are not coming now, moving this side, so you have to stop, reduce the business activities around the environment.
As it affect and share because majority of people know they agree pass for here and it makes so thank you really affect the business for today. No know how tomorrow will be.
Meanwhile, the head of operations, Rivers State Ministry of Energy and Natural Resources, Chimieze Agunaya, spoke to our correspondent.
See what is happening here, I think is a little, I won't say it's a little accident, it's a kind of something that we experience once in a while, but you can see we're on control and with God then we can sort it out. We are trying to save we are trying to make sure that people are safe and to transport the product on other trucks so that we can raise the truck. Within a couple of hours now, the road will be free.
Also, the acting sole administrator, Rivers State Waste Management Agency, Rwama, Prince Oya, assured that the agency will ensure that the environment is not polluted.
Our role here is simple. Immediately after the transloading and evacuation of the incidented truck, we will restore the environment to normalcy. That's why we're here. Our people are action ready, and we are sure that in less than no distant time, we are going to restore the environment for the inhabitants, the citizens, to make use of it. You are here, you see that there is no pollution. There's no pollution, there's no fire outbreak. Transloading is going according to specifications, and we are very sure that the environment for now is not polluted.
In another development, the Rivers State Command of the Federal Road Safety Corps says combating motorists who drive under the influence of alcohol or drugs remains a top priority. In an interview with correspondent Emeka Otakad, Rivers State Sector Commander Iyank Umo reaffirmed the command's commitment to cracking down on drivers exhibiting dangerous behaviors that could lead to road accidents.
My advice to drivers, to every motorist, please, let's maintain the speed limit. Let's respect one another. Because if we observe the basic traffic technique, believe that that person you are seeing is not better than you or doesn't know much about the road. You need to be cautious. You need to drive carefully. You need to take your tire. Your tires are very good. As your traffic light, your wiper, you're having rain here and there. Those things must be available in your vehicle. You don't struggle with anybody. Most shows that this is our big trucks. Don't also on attack wrongful overtaking.
The hearing on a motion to stop the court judgment ordering the sale of two properties belonging to Belema Oil Production Limited could not proceed today. The case was not listed in Justice Obere Biambo's court, and the lawyer representing Belema Oil, who's challenging the judgment and the court's order for the sale of the properties, was also absent. A certified true copy of the 2022 judgment obtained by a correspondent reveals that Justice Adolfo Sinebele ruled in favor of MLJ Marine Oil and Gas Limited, ordering Belema Oil to pay MLJ Marine Oil and Gas Limited 330,750,000 naira only as the outstanding balance, along with 13.5 million naira in monthly costs for a houseboat hired by Belema Oil. Another certified true copy shows that in July 2024, Justice Obere Biambo ordered MLJ Marine Oil and Gas Limited to sell Belema Oil's jetty on Woji Road and properties located off Peter Alderley Road. The lawyer to MLJ Oil and Gas Limited, Chinedu Inyekuro, spoke to correspondent Toibi Oruwari.
As we continue to perfect the cell, incidentally they got wind of the cell and then filed a motion to stay the cell. We filed our counter, our response, and their motion is stay further execution to sell the property. But the issue now is that we are supposed to take the motion today as listed. But when we got to the court, it was not listed. Then the registrar explained that we should also take a new date. And then this matter, the first part of the judgment is 360 million. And then the 13 million, that put everything together to about 519 million. The judgment creditor need to recover to a safe commercial transaction in Nigeria.
Mr. Inyekuro explained the reasons his client insists the judgment must be upheld.
Justice must take its own course. A judgment creditor must reap the fruit of his own labor. Judgment creditor suffered to get the money, the equipment, and at the same time, he borrowed part of this money from the banks, and he's paying interest. So we have to continue, no matter what it takes us, and the time when they could not obey the judgment and liquidate the amount involved, the creditor, we decided to make further attempts by approaching the court, and his lordship looked at the facts, then granted us our request and application to sell the jetty and the office complex at Woji, and also their office complex at Alderley Road.
We will go for another commercial. When we do come back, we'll take a look at the international scene. Do stay tuned. Company near Ankara. Turkey's Interior Minister Ali Yerlikaya called the incident outside Turkish aerospace industries a terrorist attack. He did not provide specific casualty figures but promised to keep the public informed about the developments. A quick recap on the news this evening. You heard a youth leader has blamed reduced security for recent killings in Aude East, Rivers State. Police have arrested 3 alleged notorious suspects and others in Rivers State. President Tinubu has sacked 5 ministers and has appointed 7 new ministers. On the foreign scene, several persons have been killed and injured after an explosion outside an aviation firm in Turkey. The news was detailed by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I am Kalada Korubatubo.